if I was training him or I was in his corner.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Floyd Mayweather are clashing once again. Mayweather is the latest boxing veteran to criticize Davis over his controversial draw against Lamont Roach. But now, Davis is ready to hit back, though with so many critics coming at him, he might not be able to take on all of them at once.
Floyd don't never want to see no one like a fighter do better than them. Why the say Terrence Crawford should fight?
Shakur Stevenson, Terrence Crawford, Keyshawn Davis, Kermel Moton, Bill Haney, Devin Haney, and many other boxing pros have taken shots at Tank. Even Ryan Garcia, who supported him after his last fight, has turned against him this time. Now, Floyd Mayweather has joined the list of critics, but as soon as he spoke out, Tank wasted no time firing back.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's just my honest opinion. You know, but once again, I don't have no say-so.
For the first time in his career, Gervonta Davis walked away from a fight without a win. It was only the third time he went the full 12 rounds. Every other fight, all 28 of them, ended in a knockout. But this time was different. Many boxing fans believe Davis unfairly denied Lamont Roach a rightful victory, and that controversy is what brought Mayweather into the conversation. According to Floyd, his comments weren't about any past issues with Davis, but strictly about the fight itself and the controversy surrounding the draw.
Is there like
The last question, guys, that
is there like a love-hate or like
yeah,
the fighter?
Yeah, I love the fighter. Like, I ain't gonna lie, if he was like chill, like he'll be the smoothest. But
more boxing professionals have spoken out against Tank after this fight than they have in a long time. Initially, the match against Lamont Roach wasn't expected to draw a big crowd, but with over 19,000 fans in attendance, it set a new record at the Barclays Center. Surprisingly, this fight has sparked more reactions from the boxing world than any of Davis's recent bouts. Floyd Mayweather, who has faced similar situations in his career, didn't hold back. He accused Davis of paying off the judges to score the fight in his favor. And he's not alone. Many other boxing experts share the same opinion, especially pointing to the controversial ninth-round moment when Davis took a knee, a move they believe should have never happened.
You know, when these guys, you know, certain fighters, when they want to fight, our job is to line it up. And us fighters, we're warriors. We always gonna.
Mayweather claimed that Davis actually lost the fight, but managed to keep his undefeated record because of alleged corruption with the judges. Controversies like this tend to happen on big boxing weekends, and this one was no exception. Sandor Martin's fight also had its fair share of drama, with a close decision leading to his loss against Alberto Puello. However, Davis's situation is being treated as a full-blown scandal in the U.S. The man, once called the face of boxing, avoided his first official loss under suspicious circumstances. One key issue: Davis took a knee during the fight, which should have cost him a point, but for some reason, the deduction never happened.
you know what I mean? He's a great fighter. And my bad. And
you're good, man.
And
The lightweight champion explained that grease from his dreadlocks got into his eyes, affecting his vision during the fight. Despite this, the judges ruled it a draw, leaving Lamont Roach without the upset victory that many believe he deserved based on the scoring criteria. The controversy has shaken the boxing world, and for some, it all comes down to Davis's hairstyle. Mayweather himself has dealt with scandals like this before and bounced back, but this one is drawing serious attention. Questions are being raised. Davis got his hair styled on Wednesday, yet he trained, attended press events, and made it through weigh-ins without issues. So why did the grease suddenly become a problem on fight night? Even his stylist, found on social media under the brand Lee, questioned it, saying, "How much grease did I really use?"
I don't want to say like he's just a scumbag, but it's like he's a great fighter, and sometimes he can.
Gervonta Davis explained that he dropped to one knee because he couldn't see and needed a towel from his corner, something that isn't even allowed. His stylist, who did his hair on Wednesday, was baffled, saying, "He trained, attended press events, and made weight. So how much grease could I have really used?" The strange moment came after a sharp combination from Roach in close range. In such a tight fight, controversy was expected, but what shocked many was that the referee didn't deduct a point, and the judges ultimately ruled it a draw. Davis was defending his title, And while the decision sparked debate, boxing history has shown that great fighters have bounced back from similar situations. Now, all eyes are on how Tank will respond. One of the biggest examples that boxing insiders remember is what happened to Floyd Mayweather. Very few fighters ever gave him real trouble in the ring. Oscar de la Hoya was one of them. He actually won on one judge's scorecard but lost the fight by split decision in what became one of the closest fights of Mayweather's undefeated career. No other opponent has ever pushed Mayweather to a split decision win, proving his dominance and ability to control fights without being tested on the scorecards. Mayweather's defense was so elite that most fighters struggled to land serious damage. In his entire professional career, he has only been knocked down once, and even that wasn't the result of a powerful punch.
Called the knockdown. And is something wrong with the left hand of Floyd Mayweather? We're not exactly sure.
In May 2001, Floyd Mayweather faced Carlos Hernandez in an attempt to defend his WBC super featherweight title. At just 25 years old, Mayweather was still a rising star looking to make his 8th title defense against the tough El Salvadorian fighter. Despite dominating the fight, Mayweather had a strange moment in the 6th round. He took a knee and received an 8 count even though Hernandez hadn't actually knocked him down or landed any serious damage. It was one of the rare times Mayweather found himself in such a situation, but it didn't stop him from continuing his path to greatness.
Just the pain from his hand? Wow, now Floyd let the left hand go.
Mayweather appeared to be in pain after taking the knee. He signaled to his corner as if something was wrong with his left hand. Despite the apparent injury, he continued fighting and won the bout. Even though the knockdown was scored in Hernandez's favor, Mayweather dominated on the judges' scorecards. He was deducted a point, but it didn't affect the outcome as he cruised to a unanimous decision victory at the Van Andel Arena in Michigan. Talking about the fight, boxing star Terrence Crawford said, "You guys should watch that fight. Some of you." He kneels down because something hurts his hand. He points out the fall, and it does not come from a blow.
Bandit though tonight. Hold on to his title. Instead he seemed absolutely perplexed. The big right hand's landing now.
Just as Gervonta Davis accused Mayweather of wanting him to lose, he ended up with the first draw of his career, something Mayweather has never experienced. Floyd Mayweather's dominance was undeniable every time he stepped into the ring. Out of his 50 fights, only 3 opponents ever pushed him to a split or majority decision, while the rest either lost unanimously or were stopped. Even Manny Pacquiao, who Mayweather called the best fighter he ever faced, couldn't shake up the scorecards in there. Fight Mayweather always found a way to stay in control, something Davis couldn't do in his latest bout.
The winner by unanimous decision and still the undefeated super featherweight champion of the world, Pretty Boy.
The first fighter to push Mayweather to a close decision was Oscar de la Hoya, who won 115-113 on Tom Kaczmarek's scorecard in their 2007 fight, but the other 2 judges scored it for Mayweather, giving him the win. Mayweather then went on to back-to-back majority decision victories in 2013 and 2014. Canelo Alvarez lost to him by majority decision in 2013, and Marcos Maidana suffered the same fate in 2014. Despite these close calls, Mayweather's dominance remained untouched as he continued his undefeated streak.
The undefeated super featherweight champion of the world, Pretty Boy, Floyd May.
Maidana earned a rematch with Mayweather, but lost unanimously in their welterweight showdown. As for Mayweather and Gervonta Davis, this is just the latest chapter in their ongoing feud, but this time it seems like Mayweather is getting the last laugh. Davis's controversial draw has dealt a huge blow to his boxing reputation, and while he's looking to bounce back, there's no denying the damage this has done to his image.
Finna be there. That don't make no fucking sense. He don't never want to see nobody be better than him. I'm telling you.
In a recent interview with Jay Hill, Gervonta Davis made some shocking statements. One of the most controversial was about Floyd Mayweather, where he revealed some surprising details about their rocky relationship. Davis claimed that Mayweather has always wanted to see him lose. Unfortunately for Davis, Mayweather has come close to getting his wish this time. Of course, Floyd wasn't going to stay silent, and now he's once again trying to distract Davis ahead of his world title fight.
Well, my thing is, I've always been there for him from day one. We had a game plan, and my game plan was to help him become world champion, and take things to that next level.
Here's what really happened. Gervonta "Tank" Davis was once a protege of boxing legend Floyd Mayweather, but the two have since cut ties. They had a very public fallout, but Davis moved on, became a better fighter, and grew into an even bigger star both in America and worldwide. Speaking on the Mr. J. Hill podcast, Davis finally opened up about what really went down between him and Mayweather.
Ooh, if you don't mind. If you don't want to, it's fine.
Joseph Pedraza, my first world title. I was 16-0. I was 21.
When you finally get close to someone you look up to, like Mayweather, you realize they're not exactly who they seem to be. It's disappointing, and it hurts. That's why I decided to go my own way. With Floyd, there were times when he put me in situations where I couldn't win no matter what. My first world title fight against Jose Pedraza was a perfect example. I was 21 years old, undefeated at 16-0, but I hadn't fought in 7 or 8 months. I was only making around $10,000 a fight. Then they told me I had to take the fight. If I refused, I'd be sidelined. Around that time, I lost my home and had to sell my car. And yeah, I believe Floyd set that up on purpose. I started warning other fighters so they wouldn't get trapped in the same situation. But now, some of those same people turn around and say they want to fight me. It feels like a betrayal. I do respect and appreciate what Floyd did for me, but the reality is, he only gave me just enough to keep me dependent. He'd throw me $10,000 or $15,000 to help my mom get out of the hood, but that wasn't life-changing money. A few months later, she'd be struggling again, and I'd be back asking for more. That's when I realized, some people will keep you in a position where you always need them, giving you just enough to stay under their control. When I was signed under Floyd's management, they started taking over my career, and that's when I saw exactly how things worked.
I haven't fought in like 7 or 8 months, and around that time, I wasn't making that much money. I probably was making like $10,000 a fight. So 6 months is crazy to not fight, you know? So when they came back and it was like...
Boxing legend Floyd Mayweather played a major role in guiding Gervonta "Tank" Davis through most of his career. Under Mayweather's mentorship, Davis became a multi-division world champion and one of the sport's most exciting fighters. However, the two went their separate ways in 2022, and since then, their relationship has turned sour, with both taking shots at each other over the years. Recently, Davis revealed on the J. Hill podcast that Mayweather once set him up in a fight where he wanted him to lose. He explained how the situation unfolded, shedding light on the challenges he faced under his former mentor.
He was like, you gotta fight this fighter, which is Joseph Pedraza. If you don't fight him, you're not fighting. You sitting on.
It's never great to hear stories like this, but at least Davis is speaking openly about his experience with Mayweather and his former promotional team. This situation has brought back an old chapter in the rocky relationship between Davis and Mayweather. Interestingly, it wasn't Davis or Floyd who first brought it up. It was actually two of Davis's trainers who opened up about it.
A son of Floyd, why would you put him out? How could you put him out?
It's rare to hear about the things Floyd Mayweather allegedly did to Gervonta Davis and still see him in the same light. In fact, these recent revelations seem to justify every negative action Davis has taken toward Mayweather over the years.
It's a different type of beast, that dad coaching stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's emotions in it.
The relationship between boxing superstar Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Gervonta "Tank" Davis once seemed unshakable, often compared to a father-son bond. However, things have since fallen apart. Tensions escalated when Davis accused Mayweather of banning him from his gym while preparing for his 2023 fight against Ryan Garcia. Although Davis officially left Mayweather Promotions in 2022, Mayweather publicly insisted he had no hard feelings. But behind the scenes, the situation seemed more complicated than he let on.
You know, that situation, boy, is heavy, you know. Biggest fight of his career coming up, and you put him up.
Nothing lasts forever. I will always love Tank. I like him, love him, and see him as a son. He has to do what's best for him, Mayweather once said. However, it wasn't long before Davis started taking shots at his former mentor. He publicly accused Mayweather of unresolved financial issues in Dubai, claiming the boxing legend was stuck there due to unpaid debts. From that point on, tensions only grew, with both sides exchanging subtle jabs. Now, Davis's coaches have weighed in on the situation. Calvin Ford recently shared what went on behind the scenes in a clip posted on his Instagram, adding more fuel to the ongoing drama.
Why? You want him to lose? That's the question. Do you want him to lose?
As Davis continues to dominate in the ring, his coaches are now speaking out about Mayweather's actions, especially his reported decision to ban Davis from his training facility at such a crucial time. Trainer Calvin Ford and assistant coach Kenny Ellis recently shared their frustrations in a video posted on Ford's Instagram. Ellis didn't hold back, directly questioning Mayweather's motives. If Tank is like a son to Floyd, why would he kick him out of the gym? This was the biggest fight of his career, and you ban him? Did you want him to lose? That's the real question. The frustration in their voices was clear as they described what felt like a betrayal.
Sometimes people do things without thinking, you know. It's like the situation that we supposedly got put out the gym. We kept it quiet from Tank.
Ford shared similar concerns, highlighting the emotional complexity of Davis and Mayweather's relationship. He recalled a conversation where Mayweather denied ever blocking Davis from the gym. However, both coaches stood firm, insisting that Mayweather needed to be held accountable. Ellis took it a step further, challenging the media to confront Mayweather directly. "I would love for the media to ask him, what was on your mind when you kicked Tank out of the gym despite the tension?" Ford still found a silver lining in the situation, hinting that there could be lessons learned from everything that happened.
We went shopping, hanging out, having fun. I got a phone call. No, I called.
Looking back on the incident, Ford saw it as a lesson within a lesson. What seemed like a setback actually turned into a positive. Tank pushed himself even harder, and the results spoke for themselves. His 7th-round knockout of Ryan Garcia cemented his place among the sport's elite. Ford also touched on the emotional side of Davis and Mayweather's relationship, calling it a different type of beast. He explained, "That dad coaching stuff. You know what I mean? There's a lot of emotions involved. That whole situation, it's heavy."
They said, "Oh, hell no, that didn't happen." You know, so I let it go because I'm thinking somebody playing the game until we got back here. And then when we got back here, they said they couldn't let it in the gym.
Baltimore coach Calvin Ford revealed that he personally called Mayweather to ask why Tank was banned from his gym. However, Mayweather denied ever doing such a thing. Despite his response, both Ford and Kenny Ellis held him accountable, with Ellis even challenging the media. "I would love for the media to ask him, what was on your mind when you put Tank out of the gym? We're from Baltimore, man. No matter the situation, we stay 10 toes down. The grind doesn't stop still." Ford chose to focus on the positives. He vividly recalled that day and saw it as a lesson within a lesson. What first seemed like a setback actually pushed them to overcome major challenges. In his caption and video, he reflected, "What we thought was negative turned out to be the opposite. You have to find the light in the darkness, and we did. In the end, it was a good thing."
We from Baltimore, man. In any situation, we stand 10 toes down. The grind don't stop.
According to Ford, the situation pushed Davis to work even harder, which ultimately led to his 7th-round knockout victory over Ryan Garcia. Davis and Mayweather first crossed paths in 2015, 2 years after Davis made his professional debut. Mayweather spotted him during one of Adrian Broner's training camps, and that moment led to Davis signing with Mayweather Promotions. From there, the two worked closely, with Mayweather determined to shape Davis into a boxing superstar. Their bond was strong, built on a mentor-protege relationship that once seemed unbreakable.
Let's go, Ryan!
You can upset the world, though.
Oh, yeah.
I like seeing some upsets.
Oh, yeah.
It all started when Floyd Mayweather appeared in an interview with Fight Hype where he criticized boxers who were too focused on luxury and not enough on improving their skills. Things escalated when Mayweather brought Shakur Stevenson into the conversation, made false claims about Gervonta Davis's fights, and openly mocked the Baltimore champion. In April, just days after the highly anticipated showdown between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, Mayweather went on a rant, taking shots at a group of unnamed boxers. Though he didn't mention names, many believed his comments were aimed at Davis and others in the sport. Mayweather criticized these fighters for not taking their craft seriously, accusing them of caring more about their image in the ring than their actual skills. He pointed to his own career as an example, arguing that they admire the final version of Pretty Boy Floyd but ignore the hard work it took to get there. And that wraps it up for now. For the latest updates on boxing news, big moments, and exclusive insights, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on notifications so you never miss out. Until next time, peace out.